Big Chups moment. Big Chups. That's aimed at Dave. We're live already. So what's up, everybody? This here is the mini episode. We got 10 minutes starting now. Let's start with Dave's question. Jimmy Woo picks up the phone and calls somebody. You thought you heard Clint. It sounded like Cliff. Let's hear it. What do you guys say?
Okay, well, I'm going to say is this. If it so happened to be Clint.
No,
it was Clint.
No, it wasn't.
Well, because the thing is, one thing that's bothered me
I'm just teasing
is why hasn't an Avenger showed up on this show yet? How has Wanda taken over an area and taken the Vision's body?
Yeah.
And there's no Avenger in sight.
I said that the last time. How come Doctor Strange hasn't reacted yet? How come
But now no Avenger has, and that would be the Avengers finding out everything.
At the end of
right now, Vision has ran away, so who's taking care of that?
Okay, hold on.
Okay,
we're jumping.
Yeah, man. Hold on.
You're so excited.
Dave, it's a simple question. First things first, you're asking why Avengers aren't showing up. It's the same thing as the comic book. They're just going to write that they were distracted or busy or something. They always do that. We can't really explain it. It doesn't make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense in the context of this universe that she was able to do all this and not a single person showed up. Rightfully so. I agree with you. Right? We have the Avengers. They're an entire team. They've been doing all this stuff together. Then all of a sudden, only one person by herself comes back from the blip. Now, don't get me wrong, though. Remember, this is all stuff that we understand happens immediately after the blip, right? Because from the time she does it, she comes back. She's most likely in Wakanda. Then she's at the battle with Thanos. After the battle, they end up doing what they have to do. And then everyone goes their own ways. So she probably goes, gets the stuff from Vision, saw the paper, saw the property, wants to see him, and this is how our story begins.
Yeah, I was genuinely surprised by the fact that a lot of our theories weren't really there were a lot of things left open. Yeah. For example, we never really found out who the witness in witness protection is.
Yes. Yeah.
That never came to fruition. Obviously, we know Pietro is nobody at this point. He's just Ralph, who's not really her husband, or Mephisto, gone out the window.
Yeah. Also, when everyone was saying that a girl there, Spectrum, Photon, Captain Marvel,
right?
DOG, when Monica Rambeau is supposed to meet someone at the Ridge and met that person, and everyone's just like, no, that's not who it is. It has to be someone else. It's like, nah, dude, that's who it was.
They were pretty clear on who it was.
Yeah, they introduced this character. She talks to the person. It's someone that used to work with the mom. It's all good. Like, I don't get why people are trying to make more of it. I actually want to go back to a few chats that I had with people and be like, who did you think was going to show up when they say meet at the Ridge? And that's what we got. But anyway,
right? Yeah. What else did we learn? I you know what? I think I'm gonna go back like last week and say that I think Rambeau had her powers before. Because I don't think so, but she is way too comfortable with this. You know what I mean? Usually when someone discovers their powers, like in the first moments, you see them sort of be, there's like an emotional.
She jumped in front of a gun because she did that not knowing she was going to survive. She did that to protect kids.
Whoa.
Sorry, that was the clip from last time. For anybody who's watching, you guys can go back and make sure you check out our original WandaVision episode reviews. We did episodes. I think we started at what, episode 5, 6, 7, 8,
something like that. Yeah, about halfway through 4 episodes in.
Go ahead. I was going to add on to your Rambo is that we do find out now that she's for sure going into space. Which for sure she's now going to be in the next Captain Marvel movie. There's no possible way she can.
That was already known. They already 100%. Said her and Miss Marvel were going to be in it.
Do you think it was Captain Marvel who's her friend in space, or Nick Fury who's her mom's friend? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it could be Captain Marvel.
I actually think it's Captain Marvel.
It could be.
Why
don't you think so?
Because we've literally seen Nick Fury with the Skrulls on the Skrull ship, and a Skrull is talking to her. Why would Captain Marvel
Captain Marvel has Skrulls in her movie, though? If that's the logic.
No, but she's
no. Whoa. We're not talking about if that's the logic. We've seen him ordering people around on a Skrull ship. That's different from seeing her interact with Skrulls. Mm-hmm. We've actually seen people on the ship. We see him get up.
Right, also, he's comfortable. He's living amongst them.
Yeah, and this movie takes place him doing that at the end of Spider-Man takes place after the events, most likely, of what happened with Wanda, because
probably.
I don't think Spider-Man happened before this.
Yeah, that's a good point. We never actually got exactly where those are, and they were like, that was a post-credit scene, right? Too.
Yes.
So we never really knew what time that was from. That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
interesting.
You know that this is shortly after the blip. Like if you could figure out how long it was in this movie after the blip, you could figure out in Spider-Man, because Spider-Man essentially happens like
Spider-Man
happened like a few days after.
Oh yeah, so yeah, this was definitely before the events of the post-credit scene then.
Yeah, because Spider-Man happens after the blip, but happens a while after, because the new like kids coming back to school and stuff, them integrating those kids, all of that, at least on a school level, isn't something that happens in 2 seconds. So I would say Spider-Man happens a bit after the blip. I would say that when it comes to this show happens before the blip.
No.
I would say the show, not before the blip, but before Spider-Man.
Right after the blip, pretty much.
Right after the blip, but before Spider-Man.
Okay, just before, or just around the time of the first Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm not thinking.
Second Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm not thinking too far off.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. That. And then. Okay. So what about Vision?
Yes. I feel like we pretty much got what we predicted.
Yeah. The fact that he was somehow going to be there still in some form and transferred into this white Vision.
The only thing we didn't call was it would be Vision doing it willingly. Right.
I thought someone else would be doing it. Yeah, exactly. That's interesting.
You know who I thought was going to do it? I thought when he started separating, I really thought Wanda, when she saw the other Vision, was gonna Yeah, I thought
wouldn't that have been a perfect opportunity?
Yeah, it was kind of interesting that they decided not to go that way. Yeah. But mind you, we had Paul Bettany making the joke about working with someone he's always wanted to work with.
Oh, that annoyed me.
That was why would that know about that? I never.
He made it sound. I feel. It's how he said it. How he said it made it sound like you were going to have a guest appearance of some type.
That's the
point. A lot of people were like, "Okay," and then you're like,
Wait, okay, so you're upset
that's what helped me whelmed. It was not great. It whelmed, and that didn't help.
Okay, it whelmed you. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about the distribution of this last 3 episodes.
Yes,
as people who are like in tune with the comics and we grew up with it, how did you feel overall? Were you surprised by anything? Were you sort of like, did anything make you go, yeah?
Go ahead.
Were you curious by any of the post-credit scenes? Did anything make you feel excited for the next thing to come?
The thing is with this show, I think the thing that what it is, what irks me about the show, it's like it has like some of the methodology of Lost.
Mm-hmm.
You ask questions.
I've never seen that show.
You create questions and you answer them, but then they also fell to the same problem that Lost did. I still have plenty of questions.
But you're supposed to.
I know, but like I feel like there was this season, and because we know that's most likely going to be a one-off, there was no closure really.
Oh, I thought there was plenty of closure.
I knew that the family, like the closure that was, I guess the closure that was there was, to me, was like, okay.
Well, okay,
like, that's what I'm saying.
They're going to go away. Yeah, sure.
So to your point and to what Toby's asking, I wasn't underwhelmed or overwhelmed. I was just accepted what it was.
Whelmed.
Yeah.
As we say.
It was as good as I expected it to be.
Yeah.
I didn't have major expectations for the finale in the sense that I was, my original thought was hopefully Agatha's actually trying to teach her. I was wrong. I'm happy I was wrong because I feel like what played out was more interesting.
Right.
I think that this relationship with her and Vision and the kids was done well. It's done differently from what was done in the comic book, which was a little disappointing. But I mean, for the version of the Scarlet Witch that they're building, they didn't want to go in the same direction. Right. I still think that what happened is going to scar her emotionally and it's going to mess her up. But I don't think it's going to be the same level as when she literally loses her mind and is fractured. And Charles Xavier is like trying to help her keep things together.
She seemed very in control.
Yes.
Very
especially for someone who's Doctor Strange moment.
Well, for someone who learned that essentially the avatar of chaos magic to be like, I am perfectly balanced with the fact that I'm the avatar of chaos magic. Really? Okay. I mean, that seems really quick. I'm happy that you have the Darkhold and that you're reading through it and learning how to center yourself in such a simple way. That seems weird to me. I would expect a little more of a wild reaction out of Wanda. I actually wanted a more of a wild reaction out of Wanda because that's who I feel Wanda is in the comic books and a little bit in the movies so far. And then my last comment for the show, I want the shows to be bridges through the movies for characters that aren't necessarily need a movie. I don't think Wanda needed a movie. I think Black Widow needs a movie. And if you weren't going to do Black Widow as a movie, you do Black Widow the way you're doing Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is a 6-part mini movie, which is, Mackie and Stan have said, oh, we filmed this as a movie. It's just divided into segments.
Right. Which just from the trailers itself, it kind of feels like a movie. Yeah.
Which is why I wish Black Widow, could have just been done like that. I would actually have been happier to see Black Widow as an MCU series than a movie that they're pushing back year after year now.
Exactly. The one character I wish had more depth to him, but it was really who he was at face value was Hayward.
Yeah.
Face value. Yeah. Right off the bat.
Yeah.
I wanted more with the Ralph play. Didn't get anything there. That's fine.
Yes. Yeah. How is she controlling you? The fact that she was able to see the magic on the spectrum, she could tell, that was cool.
Right.
But I think it sucks that was the last time you see him.
That's it.
Yeah, that was and same thing with Darcy. She rams it. Dude, you didn't even see Darcy outside of the truck. That could have been a stand-in. And I thought
that was so true. That's so true.
That might be also confirming that's that guy's last appearance and the for sure last appearance of Quicksilver.
It's possible.
Well. I mean,
that could be a hint of them saying, out of all the things we might take over from Fox in regards to Marvel, because I think Magneto, you don't need to have. If you're not,
I agree with you. We're never seeing Quicksilver in the MCU again. I think that was was them making that joke.
Interesting. So I might have to disagree a little bit.
Okay.
So the Pietro, the X-Men X-verse one, that whole theory is out the window. It's nobody. This was just Marvel's cool way of they could have put anyone in Quicksilver's. They just give us that version just because, the fake Pietro.
Yeah, because
it was an Easter egg for the fans.
Yeah, exactly.
But the end, that second end credit scene, where she can hear her children's voice saying, "Mom, help me."
Yeah, when she's
probably from a. It's exactly.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be possible for her to go somewhere where those kids exist and that Pietro is still there as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very possible. Yes,
multiverse stuff could always happen.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. I think what Dave was saying, and I think what I'm saying is, we're never going to see the MCU Earth 19999
version
over, and we're never going to see the Earth 10005, which is the Foxverse version. Again, those two for sure don't exist. Like the two actors that played those versions, I don't think are going to come back.
Yeah. And
Aaron Taylor Johnson is probably older now too, right?
And he's also over that stuff. From what when we saw him in Tenet, you can tell he's kind of like, I'm trying to do this now. I did Kick-Ass, I did my Quicksilver thing. I'm now married to a woman. I took her name. We merged. He's into this whole enlightenment as a human being. I don't know if
she's way older than he is.
But I like their relationship, and I like that he seems more grounded as an actor since he's been with her, as opposed to a lot of young actors who kind of just take whatever role. He seems to be the type that's focused on what he wants specifically for his career. And I don't think the MCU or superhero stuff is in it anymore. I could be wrong. Maybe he likes the challenge of trying to do it again and do it well. Sorry, Dave.
Maybe.
No. I was just gonna say the funny anecdote is I still find it funny that two people from the same movie, two best friends from the same movie, played the same character in different universes. I still find that fucking hilarious.
Obviously.
This is a tidbit for those who don't realize that.
Can we talk about it? Agatha versus Scarlet Witch battle.
That was cool.
Decent. I mean, doing the runes on the inside of the hex that was badass.
That's what I'm saying about her. She's such a quick study.
Yes. You're both saying the same thing. Yeah. 100. That was so impressive.
It's insane. Yeah. And honestly, why are we still not seeing a Dragon Ball Z movie, guys? If they can show us these two fighting in the sky, throwing fireballs at each other.
Someone hand Toby a soapbox.
I swear, it's crazy to me, man. We have the capabilities to make a good one. But that was cool. Matrix. That was the coolest thing about this episode. Yeah, Matrix was the first one to do it.
Yeah,
that was the coolest thing about this episode, was actually seeing the action that all these episodes culminated to. So they probably used their whole budget on that one episode.
That's what I said. I said that to my buddy earlier today. I think watching those battles is one of the things that helped the episode be a little bit better than kind of because if it had just been worked out with handshakes and whatever kind of randomness, I would be a little disappointed. I am a little disappointed in what was done to Agatha. I was hoping for like casting her into the abyss or something like that, and not just like, you're the nosy neighbor and I just changing her. It does show us the power that Wanda has, though, because that's not just a hex spell that she's doing and is concentrating on keeping up like the barrier. She completely changed who Agatha is,
like all the people in Westview. And the crazy part
that was her controlling them while she was still there. She does that to Agatha and then leaves. That's the new
but they did that just because they just want to. Marvel wants to have Agatha in their pocket for whenever they need her.
Well, they've been killing off villains, right?
Yeah, because with that story, it's one of those things where she's probably has some type of spell or whatever on her, and the second you need her, you don't even need a villain to free her. It could just be they could have a thing where inside her mind she knew who she was and she was trying to figure out a way out.
She is still in there. She just can't do anything about it. You can tell, so which is the crazy part. So she could somehow figure it out. But I do like the fact that they didn't kill her off like we're used to seeing them kill off villains. So that was cool. And Catherine Hand deserves another go at this at some stage. Someone evil comes and unlocks her. Maybe what's his name from Doctor Strange?
I was about to say she could easily be a Doctor Strange.
Oh, Mordo coming to unlock her as he's trying to build a team of evil. Impressive. Yeah. I'm down for that. I'm down for that because they're gonna need it when it comes to Agatha told Wanda, "You're stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme."
Right.
And then you are going to go study and become, with the Darkhold, become one of the most powerful sorcerers in the universe. And you're going to essentially have to either work with Steven, who or you're going to work against him at first and then join up with him. Those are things we're going to have to see.
I guess we're going to see a Dark Phoenix turn on Scarlet Witch, aren't we?
I don't know. I was just going to talk about mutants, but I don't know if I want to see. I don't want to see Scarlet Witch turn dark at this point.
No, she's going to be an anti-hero. That's all. She's gonna have her agenda, and she's gonna be like the Punisher, but a mystic. She has her agenda. She does what she wants, and she's usually doing the good stuff.
I don't know if I'd go as far as Punisher, because Punisher is actively trying to kill people. I think if anything, though, she is going to be willing to cross the line when she has to.
Yeah,
but
you're stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme. How much can they power her down now? You know what I mean? She was already powered down to us, and then we finally see her being able to use her full powers. But like.
Yeah,
she doesn't need the Avengers. She doesn't need backup.
No.
Right?
And the funny part is she's not even the strongest being in the MCU, right?
She could have beaten Thanos at base level.
Yeah.
She was Cell's first form. That's what she almost beat. That's what she almost beat Thanos
As you guys can tell, someone's been thinking about Dragon Ball quite a bit.
Like a little too much.
Oh man.
I mean, I don't know. I think if anything, we are going to get something interesting from her. I'm looking forward to what they can do next with her as a character in the MCU franchise and moving forward. I'm thinking maybe a little bit something to cross over with the Eternals, some kind of nod. I don't see how you have someone. That's the thing. Like in the comic books, like in these movies, like in the shows, it does bother me. The idea that someone is doing something so dangerous or so crazy on such a big scale and no one's around.
Exactly.
Spider-Man talks about it in Homecoming when Vulture and those guys are doing stuff and he's trying to get Tony's attention. It's just like, where is everyone? And then you have this show where it's just like, yeah, Dave, you're right. Where is everyone? Where were all the other heroes and all the other people to address this in some way? because there's a town taking over and there's people brainwashed and
it's Wanda.
And
you
yeah,
would think
Wanda
someone would care, right?
With the Vision body too, though. Like,
But-
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
But then what was a period of time again? It was a few days.
I think it's been a couple. Yeah, if every episode was like a couple days, like a day or two,
Okay.
yeah,
it was less than.
days.
Feels like it was less than 2 weeks.
That's interesting because like they have all this tech. They could have detected that energy signature.
Oh, for
they have all
sure.
that, right? Something.
Bruce Banner and Tony alone. Well, sorry,
Tony's not there.
Yeah.
But Bruce Banner and whoever.
Oh wait, Tony's probably still there.
No, it's after the.
Oh
No,
no.
after
Sorry.
the
Yeah.
You're right. I forgot.
But Bruce Banner, who is now Intelligent Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he's doing, but I would hope that if he has anything that can read energy signatures, or if not Captain Marvel, as we know at this point, something that they've made pretty like visible to us, the Skrulls are around.
Yeah.
And I would hope that the Skrulls are working to help and not hinder. I know that there's going to be some evil Skrulls. We get that, but
Secret invasion. Yep.
yes, which we know is going to happen and it's going to come up. But at some point, we have to wonder. Also, Hawkeye and the other Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, we know they exist. They're going to be introduced in a show. We know that Falcon and Winter Soldier exist. They're going to be introduced in a show. Like, we know people are there.
But so with that said, the only ones but are they really? They're not together right now.
No, the Avengers are
it would make sense, I guess, that no one really like comes to answer for Wanda's whatever's going on.
No,
aside from Doctor Strange, obviously.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone else would. Yeah.
I was hoping for Strange to show up.
Same.
I really was.
Yeah.
I was expecting it, to be quite honest. Like even a nod.
But they did at the end. That end credit scene is pretty much a nod to Doctor Strange coming into play.
That's a nod to Doctor Strange, but I meant more like a nod of him realizing what's going on because
like seeing him on screen.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Salaries matter.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you could have made a off-screen appearance of him knowing it's like you could have had him like behind view. You don't see his face. I
would have been down with just even seeing his astral form at the end, looking and realizing like when she's in astral form, I wouldn't have minded the book and seeing his yellow astral form. Maybe like similar to what Dave's saying, but not even see the body, just seeing his signature or the eye of Agamotto coming through. Agamotto, thank you. Just some symbol to know that the Sorcerer Supreme is aware of what's going on, as opposed to we didn't get that. But I mean, I'm still happy that we got to see Wanda tapping into what seems like her full-on power, reading the Darkhold, and us knowing that she's going to be essentially almost.
Did you find anything strange about the fact that there was two of her at the end?
No, it's astral. She's astral projecting.
Yeah.
You think that's complete astral?
It is because she's actually studying the book, so she's probably like practicing spells, and that was one thing. That was just one that we saw her.
So I will say this though.
Sorry, go on,
Dave. What you're about to say, astral projecting. Usually, you can't continue to do stuff.
Yeah. That shows how strong she is.
Yeah, because I've never seen it like Doctor Strange and all of them when they were doing astral projecting. You had to protect your body because of the fact that
you're not there.
Yeah. So that is an interesting point that she could just be that powerful.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guys, that was definitely not 15 minutes. We did 23, but as you can imagine, that finale had a lot in it.
A lot. And it's a great way I see what they're doing now. Yeah. We're gonna get TV show feel for the first few, but that final episode will really connect us to a movie in a way. And those big cinematic moments, those action scenes was their way of doing it this time, which is perfect.
But one question, a sign-off question to you guys. Quick answers. What do you think is going to happen with Vision in the sense of like good or bad movie or TV show?
TV show and good.
Yeah.
I think he's going to show up in the background of stuff for a bit before they need him for a big movie. I don't expect him to have his own movie. Maybe he'll get his own mini run.
Yeah. And he's not the same Vision, even though he has the memories back. Remember, he's a free person. Now he just has he might be conflicted for a while because it might feel like he has someone else's memories in his head. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And he's also he's definitely not going to be emotional. Like
no.
Like I don't think we're gonna he's not emotional.
No.
So
it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I look forward to seeing what happens. The adventures of Billy and Tommy. They've been building out, like we said last time, they've been building out the Young Avengers. So the fact that the kids are gone, but that we still hear them at the end gave me hope, because I was just like, damn, she really did let go of the kids. But then you hear the mom helped. I was just like, okay, something's about to happen. So I'm looking forward to what that brings. What are you guys looking forward to the most? Let's do this right now. What is the thing you're looking forward to the most in the MCU in the next 2 years, let's say?
Wow. He's my favorite, so I got to stick to my boy Spider-Man.
No, okay. Well, that's fair.
I'm
last project too. He's out of the contract after this, so fingers crossed we'll see. Sorry, Dave.
I feel like I'm just genuinely curious to know what the next Avengers movie is going to be. Like the next assembled movie.
Right. That's
cool. What I'm like, because I'm just like, there's so many things going on between movies and TV shows. It's like, where is this headed?
Right.
Like
you're waiting for those puzzle pieces to fit together.
Yeah, because like right now I feel that whatever the next Avengers movie is going to be, it's going to be like different. I mean, mind you, I find every Avengers movie kind of different than the first. I mean, the first and the second one were they had their similarities, but you get Infinity World and Infinity War, and then Endgame, which were both different in themselves as well, even though they're connected.
Yeah.
I find the next one's going to be really, it has to be different, because like so far you have a lot more.
I mean, it's not even going to have the same team like that.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say. I'm saying the B team in regards to the comic books, but maybe they'll make the B team like Team Gold and Team Blue now in comparison. You know what I mean?
Like, the funny thing is, I don't even consider them the B team. Like, who are we seeing in the next Avengers group? We have Captain Marvel,
Doctor Strange,
all the Marvels coming in.
I don't know. I don't think Shang-Chi's going to join them.
No, I don't think so. I think he might be a standalone for now.
Yeah, I don't
think so. You don't think he's going to join? There's not going to be a connection
right now. Maybe not. Maybe in the second or third, if there is one, with Doctor Strange at some point or something. Who knows?
I don't think Shang-Chi is going to be as connected as people hope. No. I mean, I see that.
I don't even think the Eternals can be connected.
Yeah, see, I agree with that.
I think the Eternals are going to be connected, but they're never going to cross.
Well,
like
no,
the Eternals will be gods, right? They'll just be like, yeah, that's happening there, and you're not going to bother us because we're gods.
But that's what I'm saying. That's
exactly.
Shang-Chi, same thing. I don't think Shang-Chi and his interactions with the Mandarin is going to be part of what these guys in the Avengers team or the Eternals are going to be dealing with, or the new Black Widow. I think the team is going to end, or Clint. I think the team's going to end up being Captain Marvel, Spectrum, and then Doctor Strange, Smart Hulk, Thor. Who? Falcon. Falcon, yeah, Falcon, Bucky, Thor. And then we'll see who else comes back.
Nebula. I don't think Thor's going to be in the Avengers movie, to be honest.
Yeah, you're right. He's more moving into the space stuff.
No. Or maybe Lady Thor. I don't know what you want to call her. I don't know what her name.
Foster.
Yeah, because she's still Thor in the books, right? Like she's still...
No, not anymore.
I could see the original team. Is
still Thor when she gets the powers.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I could see the original team not being a thing and just being like the Justice League is to the Teen Titans, kind of. Like the new team will just be the younger Avengers, whereas like the vets will just have their own sort of things happening.
Yeah.
I can see that.
All right, guys, that's pretty much everything. That was so much fun. That's the end of it. We'll be back to talk about the premiere of Falcon and Winter Soldier on the 19th, which is going to be crazy. If you guys haven't had a chance, the new episode of GeektastiqCypha is going to be coming out just a bit. Actually, it's like going to be out in like an hour or so. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for being a part of our awesome adventure. And we look forward to discussing more of this stuff with you in the future. Don't forget to follow all things GeektastiqCypha at GeektastiqCypha. And you can also check us out on our YouTube channel. As you know, FreexAgents Media. Guys, that's it. That's all. We're out.
Later, guys.
Peace, y'all.